Spoiler? You don't. So you've seen the photos. Mauritius. The name itself sounds like a luxury perfume you can't afford. It's the screensaver that taunts you at work every Tuesday afternoon. You see the impossibly white sand, the turquoise water so clear you can count the fish judging your life choices, and a lone palm tree leaning at a perfect Insta-worthy angle. You think, I know this place. It's where rich people go to forget they have to pay taxes. You've got it all figured out. A paradise island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, basically Hawaii's more exotic cousin who studied abroad and now only speaks in a vague Pan-African accent. But here's a little secret. You know nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's like thinking you understand America just by watching an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The Mauritius sold to you in brochures is a carefully curated fantasy. It's the highlight reel of a much longer, weirder, and infinitely more interesting movie. They show you the five-star resort where a smiling man hands you a cocktail with a tiny umbrella, but they don't show you the argument he just had with his cousin about who gets the last samosa. They show you the serene, empty beach, but they don't show the 100 other tourists just out of frame, all trying to get the exact same serene, empty beach shot for their own social media feeds. It's a global conspiracy of tranquility. Everyone is pretending to be alone together. All right, let's start with the beaches. Because of course we have to. Mauritius has beaches like America has opinions. There are a lot of them, and everyone has a favorite. The brochures will point you to the northern shores like Grand Bay, where the sand is pristine and the vibe is European retirement village meets spring break. But we, my friends, are adventurers. We are seeking the authentic. So we head south to Le Morne. It's framed by the dramatic Le Morne Brabant Mountain, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It gives the place an air of historical gravitas. It's more than just a beach. It's a beach with a backstory. This is where you go to feel something profound while getting a sunburn. The sales pitch for Le Morne is that it's wild and untouched, and it is, in the same way your friend's candid photo is untouched after 17 filters. Sure, it's less crowded than the resort strips, but undiscovered is a strong word for a place with its own hashtag and over 1 million posts. You'll find yourself sharing this desolate paradise with a handful of windsurfers, a German family applying sunscreen with military precision, and at least 3 couples taking wedding photos. The real magic of Le Morne isn't solitude. It's the shared delusion of solitude. Perform the ritual. Find a patch of sand, lay down your towel, and spend the next hour trying to capture a photo that says, I am one with nature, even though you're secretly worried about sand getting in your phone's charging port. Forget the Michelin stars and the fancy resort buffets where you pay $50 for eggs. The true culinary soul of Mauritius is on the street. It's served from a metal cart, wrapped in paper, and costs about as much as a pack of gum. This is the dal puri. If Mauritius had a flag made of food, this would be it. Thin, warm flatbread made from ground yellow split peas, cooked on a hot griddle, filled with a bean curry, pickles, and a chutney that ranges from, oh, that's a little spicy, to, I think I'm having a spiritual experience and I see colors I've never seen before. It's a culinary masterpiece that looks suspiciously like a messy burrito. Now, finding the best dal puri is a national sport. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has an opinion. Asking a Mauritian where to get the best dal puri is like asking an American who the best quarterback is. It will start a fight. You'll be directed to a guy named Diwa in Rose Hill or a woman in Quatre Bornes whose family has been making them for generations. These vendors are legends. They operate with the speed and precision of a surgeon, slapping, filling, and rolling with a rhythm perfected over decades. You don't just buy a dal puri, you witness a performance. The adventure doesn't stop there. Gâteau piments, samosas, pineapple pickled in chili and tamarind, boulettes. Your stomach will be on a roller coaster of joy and confusion. One minute, it's a savory French-inspired pastry. The next, it's being hit with the fire of an Indian spice blend. It's delicious chaos. Here's the thing about this safari. You have to let go. You have to trust the guy with the cart. You have to point at something you don't recognize and say, I'll have 2 of those. Your digestive system might protest. It might stage a small rebellion, but it's worth it. This is where you taste the island's history. Every bite is a story of migration, trade, and adaptation. Indian spices, African techniques, Chinese ingredients, French names, all rolled into one gloriously messy, incredibly cheap, and unforgettable meal. For my fellow Americans traveling to Mauritius, a few words of advice. First, relax. Your vacation itinerary, scheduled down to the 15-minute increment, is adorable. But here, time is more of a suggestion. Island time is real, and it operates on a completely different wavelength from the Puritan work ethic you hold so dear. If someone says they will meet you just now, it could mean in 5 minutes or it could mean tomorrow. It's a beautiful mystery. Your job is not to solve it, but to surrender to it. Let the anxiety go. The coconut will still be there. Second, let's talk about driving. You will probably rent a car, feeling confident after navigating the 6-lane highways of Los Angeles. Big mistake. You are not prepared. They drive on the left side of the road here. The roads are narrow, winding, and shared with buses that believe they are the kings of the road, pedestrians who believe they are immortal, and dogs who are just there to nap in the most inconvenient places possible. Every journey is an adventure. Your GPS will have a nervous breakdown. Just breathe. Almost everyone speaks English, but they also speak French and Mauritian Creole, which is a beautiful, lyrical language that sounds like French decided to go on a Caribbean vacation and never came back. You will hear all three, often in the same sentence. Don't be alarmed, just smile and nod. Also, the accent can be a bit tricky. These little moments are not failures, they are comedy gold. Finally, a crucial tip on tipping. It's not the aggressive, mathematically complex system we have in the States. A small tip is appreciated, but they're not going to chase you down the street if you forget. Your value as a human being is not determined by your ability to calculate 20% of the check after 2 rum cocktails. You are free from the tyranny of the obligatory gratuity. Use this freedom wisely, or just relax. Remember you're on vacation and try not to drive on the right side of the road. You'll be fine, probably. Every destination has its one quirky, must-see attraction that makes no logical sense. In Mauritius, it's the 7 colored earths of Chamarel. This is, quite literally, a patch of dirt. But it's not just any dirt, it's dirt with ambition. It's a geological formation of sand dunes comprising sand of 7 distinct colors: red, brown, violet, green, blue, purple, yellow. It sounds like something a child would invent. And when you see it, it looks like a god spilled a giant bag of Skittles and then neatly arranged them into wavy lines. It's fenced off, of course, because if it wasn't, people would definitely try to taste it. The place is sold as a natural wonder, a geological anomaly that baffles scientists. But your brain has already checked out and is thinking about lunch. The real attraction here isn't the earth itself, it's the human reaction to it. Next to the colorful dirt, there's a pen with giant tortoises. This, I suspect, is the backup plan. The tortoises are there for the people who are underwhelmed by the dirt. They just sit there, ancient and wrinkly, munching on leaves, completely unimpressed by the geological marvel next door. They are the true philosophers of Chamarel. So what's the hidden gem here? It's the sheer wonderful absurdity of it all. You're in the middle of a lush tropical paradise, and the main event is a small fenced-off area of dirt that looks like a defective tie-dye shirt. It's a reminder that natural wonder can be grand and epic like the Grand Canyon, or it can be small, strange, and slightly disappointing, like a patch of colorful earth. My advice? Go see the dirt. Marvel at it. Then go pay your respects to the tortoises. They're the real stars of the show. You cannot go to a beautiful place in the 21st century without encountering the most exotic species of all, the travel influencer. Mauritius is one of their prime habitats. You can spot them easily. Just look for the person in a flowing dress standing on a dangerous-looking rock holding a straw hat they have no intention of wearing. They're not enjoying the view. They're creating content. The sunset isn't a moment of natural beauty. It's a backdrop. The waterfall isn't a force of nature. It's a prop for their next sponsored post about a life-changing protein bar. The official mating call of the influencer is, "Can you take one more?" But from a lower angle. They travel in packs or sometimes with a long-suffering partner now known as an Instagram husband. This poor soul's only job is to capture the perfect, candid moment, a process that can take up to 45 minutes and involve 300 photos. You can identify them by their 1,000-yard stare, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, portable light reflector. They are the true unsung heroes of the modern tourism industry, documenting a reality that doesn't actually exist for anyone to experience. One of the best places for influencer watching is the famous underwater waterfall, which is, honestly, an optical illusion off the coast of Lemourne. It's only visible from a helicopter, which has become the ultimate influencer pilgrimage. They will spend hundreds of dollars for a 15-minute flight, not to experience the awe of this natural phenomenon, but to get the one photo that will make all their followers jealous. It's a performance of a life well lived, a carefully constructed narrative of perpetual bliss. Watching them work is better than a nature documentary. It's a fascinating and slightly terrifying study of modern humanity. So my advice to you, the regular tourist, is to treat it like a safari. Don't get too close. You might end up in the background of their shot and be asked to move. Observe from a safe distance. Appreciate the artistry, the dedication, the sheer athletic prowess required to hold a yoga pose on a paddleboard for 10 straight minutes. And when you see them, don't feel bad that your vacation doesn't look like theirs. Theirs doesn't look like theirs either. Your messy, imperfect, non-sponsored reality is far more interesting. Plus, you actually get to eat your food while it's still hot. Deep in the heart of Mauritius, nestled in a secluded mountain area, is a lake called Ganga Talao, or Grand Bassin. This is not just any lake. It is the most sacred Hindu place outside of India, a crater lake believed to be connected to the holy Ganges River. When you arrive, you are greeted by two colossal 108-foot-tall statues, Shiva and Durga. They are massive. The entire area is a place of deep spiritual significance. Temples, smaller statues, the fragrant smell of incense. This is a place for quiet reflection, prayer, reverence. It is a serious place, which is why it is so funny to watch tourists interact with it. You see people dressed for the beach, shorts, tank tops, flip-flops, suddenly trying to act solemn and respectful as they wander into a temple. You see them trying to take a selfie with a giant statue of a god, struggling to get the whole deity in the frame. Can you see Shiva's trident? Move back a little. No, my other left. The real stars of Ganga Talao, however, are the monkeys. They are everywhere, and they are not spiritual. They are gangsters. Pilgrims often bring offerings of food, and they have organized themselves into a highly effective network of tiny, furry thieves. They will snatch a banana right out of your hand with a look of such entitlement, you'll feel like you should apologize for holding it in the first place. They are the cheeky, chaotic counterpoint to the serene holiness of the lake. So when you visit Ganga Talao, by all means be respectful. Take off your shoes before entering a temple, observe the rituals, feel the palpable sense of faith that permeates the air. It's a genuinely moving experience. But also, take a moment to appreciate the comedy. Appreciate the tourist trying to explain the concept of Instagram to a Hindu priest. Appreciate the monkey who just successfully mugged a German family for their bag of fruit. The sacred and the silly coexist beautifully here, and it's in that space that you find the true, wonderfully complex spirit of the place. If you have sugarcane, you have sugar. And if you have sugar, it's basically a law of nature that you must have rum. Mauritius is covered in sugarcane fields. They sway in the breeze, green and endless. They are the backbone of the island's history and its economy. So, it should come as no surprise that the island is dotted with rum distilleries. A visit to one, like the Rumerie de Chamarel, is a mandatory part of the Mauritian experience. It's presented as a cultural tour, an exploration of agricole rum, which is made from fresh sugarcane juice instead of molasses. It all sounds very sophisticated, but let's be honest. You're not there for the lecture on distillation techniques. You're not there to learn about the history of sugarcane cultivation. You are there for the free samples. The tour is just the vegetable you have to eat before you get your dessert. You nod politely as the guide explains the difference between oak barrels. By the fifth sample, you're no longer tasting the subtle notes of vanilla and citrus. You're just tasting rum, and you're feeling very, very cultured. You start telling the person next to you, a complete stranger, about your life story. You decide that you're going to buy a bottle of every single flavor because you are now a rum connoisseur. This is what you do now. This is the hidden genius of the rum distillery tour. You arrive as a curious traveler and leave as the proud owner of a bottle of passion fruit rum that you will never, ever drink once you get home. It will sit on your shelf as a monument to that one afternoon in Mauritius when you truly believed you could tell the difference between rum aged for 3 years and rum aged for 5. And that, my friends, is a beautiful memory. It's a memory powered by sugar, history, some very effective marketing. So, we've been all over this island. We've seen the undiscovered beaches, eaten the secret street food, and navigated the charming traffic. We've marveled at colorful dirt and paid our respects to giant statues and even bigger tortoises. We've done the things you're supposed to do and seen the things you're supposed to see. We have successfully searched for the authentic, the real, the hidden Mauritius that exists just beyond the pages of the travel magazine. And after all that searching, I have to come clean about something. There is no such thing as a hidden gem. It's a myth, A beautiful, alluring lie we tell ourselves. A place as stunning and accessible as Mauritius hasn't been hidden for 100 years. Every beach has been walked on, every mountain has been climbed, every street corner with good food has a line. The idea that you or I, with our smartphones and our guidebooks, are going to stumble upon something that no one has ever seen before is the height of tourist arrogance. We're not explorers discovering new worlds. We're just people on vacation, following a map that has been drawn by millions of people who came before us. The search for the undiscovered is a futile game. But here's the twist, the part they don't tell you in the travel shows. The hidden gem isn't a place. It's not a secret waterfall or a secluded cove. The real hidden gem is a moment. It's laughing so hard you cry while trying to communicate with a taxi driver. It's the feeling of the sun on your skin after a swim. It's that first bite of a dal puri that's so good it makes you question all your previous life choices. It's the quiet nod you share with another tourist at the absurdity of taking a picture of dirt. These moments can't be geotagged, they can't be put on a brochure, they happen in the spaces between the planned activities. The magic isn't in finding a place that no one else has found. The magic is in finding a piece of yourself in a place that millions have been. The hidden gem isn't out there waiting to be discovered. It's in here. I know, it's cheesy, I'm sorry, but it's true. The discovery isn't the island. The discovery is what the island helps you find in yourself. So go to Mauritius, see the cliches, embrace them, and then, somewhere along the way, find your own silly, profound, uninstagrammable moment. That's the real treasure.